Time now for our daily question and answer feature, Need to Know. And our question this evening came from Tabo. He wanted to know what rebasing is when it comes to a country's economy. ENCA resident economist Trudy Makaya answered this question for us.
This week, Stats SA is changing the way that it calculates South African GDP. It's doing two main things. It's using a different methodology, a different system of national accounts that reflects renewed thinking on how to calculate things like stock options or the value of weapons investments. That, in a sense, is a bit like accounting standards, where officers improve ways in which they capture economic value. The second thing that they're doing is that they're changing the base year from 2005 to 2010. Now, a Stats office, when it's collecting data on economic activity, can't collect everything. In terms of the prices that it uses and the relative weights of different sectors in the economy, it keeps this constant for 5 years and updates it in such intervals to keep up with the changing structure of the economy. So the base year is now going to be 2010, in that when officers go out on the field to calculate economic activity, they will then use prices and the weightings from 2010 to calculate real GDP for the next 5 years.
Let's take a look at the markets now, starting in the United States. Stocks there remained largely firm on renewed confidence in the state of the economy. As you'll remember, last week the Chinese cut interest rates. That helped to buoy markets. It's going to be a short market in the United States. Thanksgiving, long weekend coming up, but investors are going to be watching sales and trade during the traditional sales weekend. Moving over to Europe now, it was a mixed market there with London down, but some gains that were seen in France and Germany. Here at home, the market ended down after Friday's strong run on the back of a rate cut in China and talk of more stimulus in Europe, where it was weighed down today by mining shares such as Assor, because we saw metal prices faltering. And talking metal prices, let's look at the commodities and prices there remaining weak. OPEC meets this week and the grouping is largely expected to leave output at its current levels. Taking a look at the currency markets, the rand weakened against the dollar. There are concerns about the impact of the economic impact of Eskom's power outages, and traders, of course, looking forward to GDP data due out tomorrow from Statistics South Africa. And that's it for today's edition of ENCA Moneyline. Do remember, you can send us your comments and questions via email on moneyline@enca.com. Tweet us using the handle @ENCA News by using the hashtag ENCA Moneyline. Back with you tomorrow. Up next is the Justice Factor. Bye-bye.